I was making $12.35 an hour, and they made me an offer as a design trainee at $8.50 an hour, and without hesitation, I took the job. I've always loved the construction industry. My granddad was a heavy equipment operator. My dad was a brick mason. We spent time out on construction sites and just seeing that environment. I just thought it was a manly and cool job. I'd worked a few jobs as a young man, but I was 21 years old working. I got a job as a machine operator and was working 12-hour shifts. I came home from work one night before I had a cell phone. There was a voicemail from a design manager at a company here in town. Said they had a job opening for a design trainee in the fire sprinkler industry. Now, I didn't know what the fire sprinkler industry even was, but I went in for the job interview that day because I was ready to get off that 12-hour night shift. And I don't know how I remember these numbers so well, but I was making $12.35 an hour at the night shift job, and they made me an offer as a design trainee at $8.50 an hour, and without hesitation, I took the job. I was ready to go back to the daytime hours. As my knowledge in the industry started to ramp up, they started paying me more, and they paid me enough to keep me in it. I had invested 23 years at that company when I decided to go off and start my own. I wanted to provide something that supported the front lines more than any other company that I knew. And so we started Ironsmith Fire with a mission to build a brand and a company that everybody knew our focus was on the front line and supporting that frontline worker. I was talking to my dad and I said, I love the gritty, strong, rough pipe fitter. I like the overall wearing pipe fitter that is, almost seems intimidating with their beards and their hard hats and their 20-inch biceps. But I want those old school, rough pipe fitters to embrace technology. I want them to be on jobs where we can provide innovation, and they're carrying iPads and using technology and seeing the Revit models in 3D that our designers are producing. So I was telling my dad, I want to keep that old school work ethic and image, but I also, and I kind of paused, he said, an old school grit and a new age edge. And I was like, yes, that's it. That's what I want, the old school grit and the new age edge. That's how that phrase was originally brought up, was just that conversation with my dad, but it captured what we wanted. Everything we do as far as moving this material from sales to design, estimating, stock listing, fabrication, everything we do is to get that material to that frontline worker so they can do their magic, perform on the job, and make it where their performance makes it easy to make the next sale. We want our performance to sell the next job. Our salesmen have to land that first contract. We want our operations and performance to win the second one. 5 years later, the company has grown to, we just passed 130 employees, more than 50 or 60 subcontract laborers across the Southeast. We have offices in Memphis, Nashville, Orlando, Houston. We're looking to expand into other regions. Within the next 5 years, we're going to be adding different product lines. We're going to be adding alarms. We're going to be adding suppression. We're going to be adding engineering services. We're going to be adding fire extinguishers. The ultimate vision is to be a solution provider in the life safety space. If you're a contractor or a business owner and you think of fire protection or you think of life safety, you think of Ironsmith Fire, and you can count on us to get the job done. As we were growing the company in that first 5 years, we started with a vision of supporting the front lines and building a successful company. That vision was small. When we started hitting numbers that were bigger than we expected and the company was growing and we were gaining confidence in what we do, our belief in ourselves and what our team could do started to grow. And so we established a set of behaviors and a mission and vision and values. We talked about what was important to us, which was we wanted a team that was disciplined. We wanted a team that was professional. We wanted a team that was trustworthy. We wanted a team that was results driven, and we wanted a team that effectively communicated within our four walls and to our clients, to everybody out around us. We interviewed clients and asked them what made us different. Why do they want to come to us? And most of them said you communicate and then you do what you say you're going to do. So we knew that that was important. While those behaviors are so important to me, I think that we have to narrow the focus to what our true values are. Our values 2.0 is workmanship, accountability, and results. Workmanship, that's the craftsmanship, that's being proud of what you install, that's being proud of the work you do, the product you release, no matter what piece of the company that you're working in, the work that you do is at top level and you're striving for excellence. Accountability, yeah, we hold a team accountable for their actions, but it's really a team that is becoming a team that you can count on. It's not an enforcement of those actions, it's a team that wants to perform, a team that can be counted on. And finally, we're all here for the results. When there's something that we've signed on for, when we've promised a contract, whatever that takes, we deliver results. And that's what the WAR values represent. If the values of workmanship, accountability, and results mean something to you, then hit us up. This is the place we want you to be. We're growing. There's a place for you here if that's what you believe in.